when you have made the choice of traveling to Canada, first thing first, you got to make sure that you have an electronic travel authorization or a visa. And because they're going to check that by the time you get to customs, the pre-check and all that stuff, or you have like a passport. And they will also ask you what exactly are you doing to Canada. If you have like some family members, or if you have a place where you're going to be staying at, you need to tell them what exactly you're going to Canada for. And also you will have to provide information if you have like a family member or friends where you're going to be staying at. They're going to ask you for that information. And they also, once you get to the airport, you have to go through the biometric, which is kind of like, I don't know if you've seen one of those videos where people in China, they got like this facial screening kiosk where it just scan your face. It's going to scan your entire face so it can go into their record. I think they started doing it after COVID. Before COVID, it wasn't really much like that. Before COVID, it was more like they was asking some stupid question, especially if you're like black or, African. They're going to ask you some stupid question, like if you have the Ebola or something like that. But everybody else, for some reason, there's a disease that only catches Africans. It doesn't catch anybody else. So before that, they was doing that. But now, it's more like they go through COVID, and they'll ask you those questions and see if you have COVID or if you have any other type of illnesses that are specifically made for black people. Alright, we're officially here. Welcome. Finally, after so many years of not being here, I'm here. So let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Ottawa. The local time is 3:01 p.m. For your safety as well as the safety of the passengers seated around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened and your cabin baggage securely stowed until the aircraft has come to a complete and final stop at the terminal building and the captain has switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. Mobile receiving and transmitting functions may now be used. Please ensure you have all personal belongings with you upon leaving the aircraft, and use caution when removing articles from the overhead bins as the contents may have shifted during the flight. Please be reminded that smoking is not permitted until you are in a designated smoking area. And if you require any assistance upon deplaning, please remain seated and we'll be happy to assist you once the aisles become free. On behalf of Captain Antoine and your incoming crew, thank you for traveling with Flair Airlines. Once again, welcome to Ottawa and have a great evening.
Somehow the custom knows that some of these diseases are designed for specific people, so that's why they have those questions. So it kind of like gets you to wonder, you're standing right next to somebody else who's also traveling, coming from United States. But at the moment you get to the airport, you notice there's a difference of questions that's being asked from the customs, the Canadian customs. They're asking you specifically disease-related questions when your skin is different. And the other person, they're just asking them if they have the travel insurance. You could just kind of like give them a face and be like, all right, let's do this and let's get it over with. The one thing that's prohibited from bringing into Canada is cannabis, food, plants, animals, related product that pose a risk to Canada, as they say, or endangered PC, made from parts of endangered PC. Anything that looks weird, it's not gonna go through. So you need to leave all that stuff behind. Just travel light and make sure. Don't believe in what your friends or your relative in Canada tells you, like, the weather is so nice. No, always bring extra layers of clothes because you don't know what kind of weather you're gonna run into. It gets cold. The coldness really, I think, throughout the years of me just having to go to Canada, I have realized the coldness mostly come from the snow, because it snows a lot. So you would need a jacket that's like a real jacket. And one of the best places you could buy one of these jackets will be in Chicago. Just book you a flight to Chicago, get you a real jacket, not one of these funny looking jacket that looks like it's a jacket, but it's not really a jacket that can support the wind and the coldness. So you get you one of those and you should be good. As far as what to do in Canada, there's a lot going, to do, but it's not as active. Maybe Montreal or Toronto is more active. But about the clothes, you have to make sure that you bring clothes that will fit the current weather. If it's like spring, bring at least whatever season it is, because they only get like three months of summer, 3 months of the sun, and then after that it's always like cold or it's chilly. So always bring a jacket, always bring a thick jacket and keep it in your luggage. So that could help you just in case you get there. The weather was like 70 degrees and then at night it drops, so you'll feel good. All right, let's do this. So this is where we at. They told me the weather was good, but then you look around, it starts snowing. There's snow all over. So this is just getting started. It's supposed to get worse than this. But this is day one in Canada, dealing with the snow. Not just the snow, but also the weather. It can only get worse after this. Day one in Canada.